What's your best? Don't judge a book by its cover story. So I'm at this fancy steakhouse for my anniversary. White tablecloths, dim lighting, the kind of place where they bring you 3 different types of bread. My wife had been looking forward to this for weeks, and after the year we'd had, we deserved a night like this. We're barely settled when this couple gets seated next to us. The guy immediately starts complaining loudly about everything. The table's too close to the kitchen, the lighting's too dim, how long they waited. Classic entitled behavior that you know is going to escalate. My wife shoots me that look that says, "Please don't let this ruin our night," and I'm already preparing to ask for a different table when things get worse. Our server appears, this young kid, maybe 19, with an earnest smile and wearing a slightly wrinkled uniform shirt. Nothing terrible, just looked like he'd been working hard during a busy shift. The loud guy notices immediately and starts making pointed comments to his date about the help these days and standards really going downhill, loud enough for everyone within 3 tables to hear. I watch this kid's face, expecting him to get flustered, but he maintains this calm, professional demeanor that honestly impressed me. He introduces himself as Elijah, takes our orders perfectly, remembers my wife's allergy modification without writing it down, and makes a solid wine recommendation. But the guy keeps going. He questions every wine recommendation, makes Elijah repeat the specials 3 times while sighing dramatically, asks if he even knows what medium rare means. I'm getting serious secondhand embarrassment, and my wife is gripping her napkin like she wants to throw it. The breaking point comes when the guy snaps his fingers, to get Elijah's attention and demands to speak to the manager about getting a real server because he didn't pay these prices to be served by someone who looks like he should be bagging groceries. Elijah just nods politely. "Of course, sir. Let me get the manager for you right away." What happens next still gives me chills. Elijah walks toward the back, and I'm feeling terrible for this kid who's about to get thrown under the bus. My wife and I whisper about maybe defending Elijah to the manager. 5 minutes later, footsteps approach, and I look up expecting to see Elijah trailing behind some tired manager. Instead, Elijah returns alone, but now he's wearing a perfectly tailored charcoal suit, crisp white shirt, and an expensive tie. His posture is different, more commanding, and suddenly this kid has presence that fills the corner. Turns out Elijah isn't just any server. He is the manager. Actually, he's the owner's son, working his way up through every position to understand the business. Tonight was his shift covering the floor. The loud guy's face went completely white as Elijah approached with that same calm smile, but something entirely different in his eyes. "I understand you wanted to speak with the manager about your service," Elijah said, his voice carrying to nearby tables. "Given your feedback about our staff and obvious dissatisfaction with our establishment, we'd be happy to comp your evening and help you find somewhere that might better meet your expectations." The silence was deafening. You could have heard a wine cork drop as this entitled customer realized he'd spent an hour humiliating someone who was about to escort him out. The guy tried to backpedal, stammering about misunderstandings, but Elijah maintained that professional smile and gestured toward the exit. I think that would be best for everyone. As they passed our table during the walk of shame, Elijah caught my eye and winked. Some people never learn that respect isn't about appearances. It's about character. Best anniversary dinner ever. Incredible food, flawless service, and dinner theater thrown in for free. And yes, we left a massive tip.